So I wanted to talk a little bit about my project, this Merlin project. And you can see these are like a suitcase computer. This was Merlin 2. I kind of stopped at the end of production. I realized I wanted to put it in a slightly bigger case. This case is pretty small. Now I'll probably go back and make some in these cases, for people who want something a little smaller. This is a very small case in a sense. But here is a kind of a small laptop in comparison. So, about the same size as a laptop, just deeper. But what this does is this has 270 watt hours of lithium iron phosphate batteries. They're the safest kind of lithium battery you can use. I've had this down in my basement. I've had it apart a little bit. It's not fully put together or fully kind of finished in a sense, but I stopped. This is Merlin 2. Merlin 1 was my first take on it. But anyways, a little bit about what these do. I mean, it's this one has a Raspberry Pi 4 in it. Has a screen, it's a computer, it's got a keyboard that goes here. And it has an okay audio system. It has an up-firing 3.5-inch studio monitor in it, so you can get some very accurate sound reproduction. And it makes, okay bass. It's got a DAC on it. You can see it's got kind of like analog good audio. And a very silent fan. It was a good system. And what this also has is, the capability. It has a SDR on it, which is software-defined radio, so you can capture shortwave ham signals down to 300 hertz. It can capture, so you can do a lot of interesting things with this. Capture satellite imagery directly from satellites, and this one has 1.5 terabytes of hard drive storage. So I've got a massive library of media. And these were also designed with a projector system. And this one, the projector system would have been, kind of external to it. And I really didn't want that in the end. And so I've moved on to Merlin 3. But I'll talk a little bit more about this one for a second. The idea of this, it also has a solar charge controller. You can see this kind of signals and interface output on the left. Has a solar charge controller, and you can also have a wall charger, but it really runs for a long time on the batteries. And so I'll talk a little bit about this next iteration of the Merlin, and this is the one I'm really gonna make. It is very interesting. I used several calculators, and I used AI to help design the ports on these. These lid speakers have almost 19-inch ports on them, and they're ported to around 68 hertz. And these are 20 watt, 40 watt peak, 2.5-inch speakers, full range speakers, and they are just very good sounding, very accurate. And in the base of this one, instead of the studio monitor this one has an Italian Fatal Pro 5-inch woofer. And it is very sensitive, around 90 dB at 1 watt. These are close to the same. And what I'm about to show you that this can do with its audio, I put an amp meter on this, and it takes about 5 to 6 watts to do this. So last night I was running this on the batteries, and I left the music playing while I went to sleep, pretty loud. And I've been running this for days on just one of the batteries, actually. I don't have both of them in there. And the batteries last a long time. This is very efficient, the audio on this. But this one will be able to do everything this one will do and more, because it's not going to use a Pi. It's going to be a docking station for a mini PC. And you can actually have a pretty high-end PC. The monitor goes here, and the projector system will fold out onto here. And the projector is very bright. It makes, it's only 480p, but it is very bright, and I can project this onto the side of the wall of my house and make a humongous screen. It's real neat. So anyways, I am going to show you a little bit. If you put on some headphones, you can kind of see what this is a little bit like, but it's hard to fully describe what the audio is like on this. It is outrageous. So I'm going to start with just normal speakers. And you can kind of get a gauge of the volume. This is my laptop maxed out. All right, that's enough of that. That's what it sounds like on a laptop. And this is what it sounds like on the Merlin. And it is just really hard to describe. I better not have it all the way up. I'm gonna put this down to 70%. And I'll sit over here. It is outrageous. This room is way too small for this thing. I think the song's about to get fun now. This thing anywhere near maxed out either. I could turn up the volume on the amp a lot, but it would hurt me. It's outrageous. I've got these Bose companions up here, which sound pretty good, and I put them up track for track against this thing, and I mean,
raise the bar.
it is just outrageous.
Low carb, low calorie, more taste. Brewed for the generation that's always